y'all, welcome back to the Balance Blueprint. If you've ever felt the room spinning when you turn your head or lie down, you might be dealing with something called BPPV, Benign Paroxysmal Positional Vertigo. It's one of the most common causes of vertigo, and the good news, it is highly treatable. But what happens when things don't go as planned? Like when the wrong canal is treated, or a trickier case like Cupulolithiasis, or maybe it's not even BPPV at all. Today, we're diving deep into BPPV, why treatment sometimes fail, and what you can do about it. Stick around for a full 10 minutes of practical tips, and by the end, you'll feel empowered to tackle those dizzy spells. So let's get started. So what is BPPV? It stands for Benign Paroxysmal Positional Vertigo. Let's break it down. Benign means it's not life-threatening. Paroxysmal means it comes in sudden bursts. Positional means it's triggered by certain head positions. And vertigo is that spinning sensation. BPPV happens when tiny calcium crystals called otoconia get loose in your inner ear and end up in one of your semicircular canals. Those are the structures that help you sense balance. There are three canals: posterior, horizontal, and anterior. The posterior canal is most common the culprit, making up about 85 to 90% of cases. When those crystals move, they send false signals to your brain, and boom, that's when the vertigo hits. Common triggers: rolling over in bed, looking up, or bending down. Symptoms usually last seconds to a minute, but can feel very intense. The key is it's treatable, often with simple maneuvers you'll learn about very soon. Now, let's talk about why BPPV treatment doesn't always work the right way. One big reason: the wrong canal might have been treated. Each canal, posterior, horizontal, anterior, causes vertigo with different head movements, and doctors use tests like the Dix-Hallpike or supine roll test to figure out which one's affected. If they treat the posterior canal, but the problem's actually in the horizontal one, the symptoms will not budge. Another tricky case is Cupulolithiasis. Unlike regular BPPV, where crystals float freely, in Cupulolithiasis, those crystals get stuck to the cupula, a sensitive part of the canal. This makes vertigo more persistent and harder to treat with standard moves. And here's the kicker: sometimes it's not BPPV at all. Other conditions like vestibular migraines, Meniere's disease, or even something neurological can mimic BPPV. That's why if you're not improving, it's crucial to check in with a specialist, like me, or someone who's trained in vestibular disorders. Again, me. To get the right treatment, you need the right diagnosis. Doctors use specific tests to pinpoint the problem. The Dix-Hallpike test is the gold standard for posterior or anterior canal BPPV. So, you sit at an exam table, you turn your head, and you lie back quickly while the doctor watches your eyes for nystagmus. That involuntary eye twitching that tells me which canal is involved. For horizontal canal BPPV, they'll use the supine or roll test, where you lie flat and roll your head to side or side. These tests aren't just for show. They're critical to avoid treating the wrong canal. If you've had the Epley Maneuver done and you're still dizzy, ask your provider to repeat these tests or refer you to a vestibular specialist. Balance Blueprint. Misdiagnosis happens, but it's fixable with the right approach. So let's talk treatment. The go-to for posterior canal BPPV is the Epley Maneuver. It's a series of head movements that guide those loose crystals out of the canal and back where they belong. It's done in a doctor's office or by a trained physical therapist. And it works for about 80 to 90% of people after 1 or 2 sessions. You might feel dizzy during the maneuver. That's very, very normal. It means the crystals are moving. After the Epley, you may be told to avoid sudden head movements or sleep upright for a night or 2. But if it's not working, do not lose hope. There are other options, especially for trickier cases. If the Epley isn't cutting it, here's what else might help: the Samant maneuver. This is great for Cupulolithiasis or stubborn posterior canal BPPV. It's more forceful, involving quick shifts from sitting to lying on one side, then to the other to dislodge those stuck crystals. The Guffoni or barbecue roll, these are specific for horizontal canal BPPV. They involve rolling your body in specific ways to move the crystals out. The Branderoff exercises, these are home exercises to habituate your brain to dizziness. You sit on a bed, lie on one side, sit up, then repeat on the other side. They're not as effective for moving crystals, but can help with lingering symptoms that I like to refer to as motion sensitivity that you may still have. If dizziness persists, a vestibular therapist can design exercises to strengthen your balance system. In the golden rule, if you're not improving after a few tries, go back to your provider. It might be a different canal, cupulolithiasis, or another condition entirely. Here is something to know. BPPV can come back. About 50% of people will have it again within 5 years. That sounds daunting, but the more you understand your triggers and how to treat it, the faster you can bounce back. Keep track of what sets it off, like certain head positions, and share that with your doctor. Knowledge is power, and you're building it right now by watching this video. If maneuvers aren't helping, it might not be BPPV. Conditions like vestibular migraines, Meniere's disease, vestibular neuritis, they can all cause similar dizziness, but they need different treatments, like medication, dietary changes, or therapy. Rarely dizziness can signal something neurological, so don't ignore ongoing symptoms. A specialist can run tests like a VNG or MRI to get to the root of it. The key is persistence. Do not give up until you have the answers you're looking for. BPPV can feel like a roller coaster, but it's one of the most treatable, I'm gonna repeat, treatable balance issues out there. No surgery, no meds, just the right moves. If this video helped you make sense of your dizziness, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on balance and vertigo. Next time, I'll show you how to test your balance at home and tackle other types of dizziness. Until then, stay steady, stay curious, and know this, you're not stuck like this. See you in the next video. Much love from the Balance Blueprint.